Back with Frankie, Corrado, and Kevin Weeks. After 15 seasons and 3 Stanley Cups with the Hawks, Jonathan Toews will be back in Chicago tonight for the first time as a visitor. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be a must-see. Weeksy, you've been part of some big returns in the past. What are you expecting to see from tonight?
I'm expecting to see an entire city of emotion, and it'll be palpable through the TV. Jonathan Toews, I go back to him at World Junior. This guy's been a stud from day one. He's won at every level multiple times. He wins just walking down the street. And you know what? He's one of those guys. Anytime I talk to Jonathan Toews, I'm so impressed by how focused he is, how much he loves the game, how much he's cared. Mine. This guy is one of the legends of an original six franchise, being the Chicago Blackhawks, and making a very emotional return there. I'm sure it will be that. And also, what an extended absence from the NHL. Over 200 days this guy has, or 2 years, I should say, that this guy hasn't played the National Hockey League, and he's back. So it's great to see. I love seeing Jonathan Toews in uniform, and more importantly, he's playing for his hometown team against his original club in Chi-Town. Frankie, I think it's going to be electric.
Weeksy, you bring up a really good point there. Not only is he returning to Chicago for the first time, but he had such a long absence where maybe he was done and we weren't sure if we were going to get this kind of return for Jonathan Toews. So this is going to be a massive celebration. And what he did, along with a lot of other players, and Patrick Kane and Duncan Keith and Marian Hossa and Brent Seabrook, is they became the gold standard of the NHL for a long period of time. That's a hard thing to do, to have other teams saying, we need the Chicago model. We got to copy this team. Well, guess what? It's hard to copy that team because what they had, it's not an easy thing to come across. And they did it for a long period of time. Jonathan Toews was right at the center of it. Massive playoff runs, sacrifice, and winning. So this is going to be a big-time celebration, and he deserves to soak in and enjoy the moment.
Guys, 2 full seasons out of the game before his return with the Jets. He's on pace now to finish his comeback season with 31 points. Is this as much as we could have expected from him so far? And what are you expecting to see from him the rest of the season, Kev?
Well, I could tell you, he's exactly where I thought he would be, and maybe even a little bit ahead of that. To have that extended of an absence, that lengthy of an absence, as Jonathan Toews has, and to be back in the National Hockey League, it's almost impossible to do. That's a testament to him, his work ethic, his commitment, getting healthy. He left no stone unturned in his quest to return to real health and full health, everyday health, let alone being an NHL player. So I'm not surprised. He's scored in consecutive games now. He's feeling it. He's back in and around the net. Going back to Chicago will really up the juices for him as well. And Frankie, I kick it to you this way. My North Star has always been the great Michael Jordan. And his statue up on the United Center, Michael Jordan had to approve during the Chicago Blackhawks playoff runs to have a Jonathan Toews jersey on his iconic statue, the Jumpman. That tells you how great of a player Jonathan Toews has been and how respected he is.
Game respects game, Weeksy. And listen, Jonathan Toews, this
Yeah.
is all you could ask for at this point anyways, is that he's making progress. And you didn't expect from the start of the season for this to be Jonathan Toews back in his prime, really driving possession and carrying the pace of play. But what we've seen, especially since after the Christmas break, is really encouraging. He's now got 9 points in the 12 games after Christmas. He scored 4 games in a row prior to this last game where he didn't. The points are there. The possession numbers are climbing. He is a little bit of a victim of the Winnipeg Jets performing poorly this season and some of the players who had career years last year not following this up. But everything looks like Jonathan Toews is going to take another step, just like he did after Christmas, into the second half of the year. And that's all you could have asked for from him, given the lengthy layoff that he had.
Toews, guys, played 1,067 games with the Blackhawks after they drafted him 3rd overall. That was 20 years ago.